We made this.
Hello and welcome to Right in the Childhood, the podcast about kids' TV on the We Made This podcast network. I'm Mark.
And I'm Fraser.
And we've got some very good news for Fraser.
Yeah.
Some bad news for the podcast. Do you want to tell everyone what you're doing?
Some kind of news for the podcast.
Yeah.
So this podcast started as like a sort of lockdown cure. Something to do during like...
We were bubbled during lockdown.
Yeah, when the world was, not great. I mean, it's still not great, but it was very not great. So now it's gone from very not great to just not great, but good in some places. And we've done well at like when I went to camp in summer 2021. Then I jogged off to Alton Towers, and then I went to Finland. And we've been good at like banking episodes, but this next opportunity that's coming along makes it very difficult to bank episodes.
Yeah,
and to record stuff.
The thing is, when you're in Manchester, we hang out and we record episode after episode after episode.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be in Manchester, where I live.
For a long time.
Yeah. Do you want to tell everyone what you're doing?
So, it's a bit of a callback to the show, really, because it's fitting with all the shows we've watched, especially one in specific.
Your Disney obsession.
Yeah. I'm going to be setting sail on the Disney cruise as a youth counsellor. Yeah, so going all across here, there and everywhere. It's on the sea. But yeah, the internet connection's probably not going to be great there.
No.
As you know.
And it's also going to be a time zone thing. We're just not going to be able to record remotely.
Yeah, it's literally like start of 2022. So when you listen to this, I'll probably be on a boat.
Yeah.
A big one.
Yeah, a cruise.
Or on a nice little island that Disney own. Probably watching Disney or, working.
Will you get free Disney Plus?
Oh, well, I've technically got free Disney Plus. Cause,
you mean you watch my Disney Plus?
Yeah, well, I've got an account on there. But I imagine so. There are some Disney discounts.
If they give you free Disney Plus, I'm totally kicking you off mine.
Yeah, and then everyone's going on to mine.
Yeah.
All of them. It's basically like the contract's roughly going to be like 3 to 4 months. So that like reads from January to like April. And then I go to camp again. So that's like May to... And then it's, who knows what will happen. Like Halloween, I'll probably be off somewhere again. And it's just, the world's opening up.
It is. And opportunities are opening up for you. And I'm so fucking pleased for you. But obviously, I'll miss you and I'll miss doing this podcast.
Yeah, I will miss the podcast as well. And I've put like, have no fear, I will still be revisiting childhood classics.
Yeah.
I won't be talking about them.
So here's the thing, right? The podcast isn't actually finishing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it monthly and I'm going to invite some guests on. I don't know how long that's going to last. And also, if you are back in Manchester for a bit, we can record a cheeky couple of episodes. And if it's only monthly, then that means that, who knows, you and I only need to meet 2 or 3 times in an entire year.
Yeah, and it could be a easy little shebang then, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going monthly, starting in February, which means that I'll be having lots of interesting guest hosts from all over the podcasting world and maybe beyond. Yeah. And I'm hoping it'll still be fun. And we're keeping the format. Yeah, we're keeping the format. I'm hoping to get someone significantly older than me. I'm hoping to get someone a similar age to me that's got a program that I didn't watch at all. So it's a contemporary show of mine, but I never watched it.
Could be like you find someone Australian who's like, oh, this is
it. An Australian who's got an Aussie program that never came here, an American who's got an American program, someone who's actually millennial, someone who's around 30.
Yeah.
That would be great. And I've got a lot of people interested. I'm not going to tell you any of them yet, but yeah, I've got some fun stuff lined up. I'm not going anywhere, but he is.
Yeah. Have you got Adam Marks, your doppelganger?
Adam Marks, my doppelganger. Adam Marks was actually the name I originally considered when I started doing wrestling announcing. I'm glad I didn't. Shit. But no, it's going to be fun. I'm going to have
I
friends.
I was expecting it to be like your Wario. Hates Doctor Who. Hates horror. Loves Hannah Montana.
But moving on. Lots of guest hosts. I'm not going anywhere. You just are.
Yeah. But it'd be good. I can do little updates on the thing or whatever.
Yeah. I'm confident we'll get at least a couple of episodes in, a Mark episode and a Fraser episode.
Yeah. We could do like even Christmas and Halloween special.
We could do a Christmassy one, couldn't we? Yeah. Like we did last month.
Christmas is always a good thing to talk about.
You like Christmas.
At any time of the year.
You like
Christmas.
Oh,
I've got a gap between April and May. Do you want to do a Christmas episode?
Fuck's sake, that's exactly what we're going to end up doing, isn't it?
It's Halloween, but Christmas. Just do repeated Christmas episodes. Maybe that's the new podcast.
Maybe. So anyway, thank you so much for supporting the podcast as you have done over the last 18 months. We've had an absolute blast, and please do continue to listen in, even though there's going to be a little bit less Fraser.
Yeah. So this is nerdy, but people might, that's my last little tidbit tangent.
Right.
When it does honk, it honks like to a Disney song. So sometimes it's like, what is it actually honking? I'm trying to do the honk now. But it honks a Disney song anyway.
What, like, it's one of the famous ones?
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
A bit, yeah.
What are we talking about? Thank you for listening, and we'll see you.
A whole new world.
Fraser, I'm saying bye.
A whole new podcast.
I'm saying goodbye.
We're introducing a whole new podcast.
I'm saying goodbye.
I want to say bye.
Go on then.
Because I'm notoriously well good at saying goodbye on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Some people will probably enjoy the podcast without me. Like, yay, no more Disney.
You don't know.
Or something. But yeah, no, it's been fun. Thanks for listening. Not just for this episode, the whole thing. It's pretty cool.
So I thought a fitting and appropriate way to say goodbye to Fraser would be to post some bloopers and outtakes and cutscenes for you. So they're all coming up after my very brief introduction. And we've also thought that it'd be nice to give you one of our bonus episodes that we recorded for our ill-advised Patreon this month as well, before we launch into our new format with guest hosts in February. So next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the episode we recorded on what did we want to be when we grew up. So have a look for that next week. But for now, enjoy some bloopers. Cheers. See you in a month.
Like a period.
I'm leaving that in because it's so fucking out of character for you.
We made this. No, shit. I'll do that again. I forgot that our podcast was not the network name.
You are a ridiculous person.
We are the Right in the Childhood podcast. Hear us roar. Welcome to the We Made This Networks show, Right in the Childhood. Did I do it again?
I don't know. You'd have to...
Right, I'll do it again. I'll do it a third. Third time's the charm. We are... I can't think of an intro. I was trying to think of something clever. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in a Half Shell. Oh no, I'll do it again. Got to delete all of this.
Oh no, I'm keeping that for outtakes at the start, like I was just talking about.
Great.
Fraser?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a guest host on my podcast about the Child's Play franchise called Chucky Vision?
I'd rather shit in my hands and clap.
Right, test the volumes and shit. That looks about right. If I get really excited!
Mark, Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Gays, innit?
But not what's on the other side, and what's on the other side.
Bumming.
Some choose to meet it.
Wow, that was a beautiful, beautiful impression.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was more like Fozzie than fucking Kermit.
Doing all the Muppets.
Okay, dear.
Kermit!
Dear.
Turn around every now and then I get a little...
That's lovely. Yeah.
Good way.
And then if we get excited...
Turn around, bright eyes.
That's fine. We should be okay.
It's a good way to test the sound, I think.
Go ahead, sorry.
Thank you for listening to Right in the Childhood. We've been overwhelmed by the love and support we've received from our listeners. If you're enjoying the show, you can buy us a coffee via our coffee website. Not an actual coffee, though, because I don't know about Mark, but I am not a coffee drinker.
That gag's down there.
Oh. Thought I'd do a bit of ad-lib. Should I start again?
Yes, but I might keep that as an outtake.
Oh, yeah, that's a good outtake. Oh, that's a bit annoying, that. Thank you for listening to Right in the Childhood. We've been overwhelmed by the love and support we've received from our listeners. If you're enjoying the show, you can buy us a coffee via our coffee website. That is coffee.com/Right in the Childhood. That's ko-fi.com/Right in the Childhood. There's no subscriptions or anything like that, so just buy us a coffee if you fancy. We do this for the love, but it's always good to get brought a drink. P.S. Neither of us actually enjoy coffee. We'll probably spend it on a vegan takeaway. That's a good gag, that. I wish maybe I should have read the whole thing before. It's going to add some flair to it, some dynamic.
I've got flair for both of us.
Not coffee juice. Ugh, that's adult juice.
I hate coffee. Tastes like dirt and disappointment.
Yeah. Do a cold open.
If you want to.
It's crossover time.
Wum, wum, wum. Wum, wum, wum.
Yeah. That's what noise a crossover makes. Did you not know that? It's just news to you.
Fine.
Do you love that? Right.
I don't know if I'm going to put it in because I don't like putting copyrighted music in.
Oh, in the thing, yeah. No,
When
our version was just,
It was beautiful. At one point, when I did a brr, 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 brr to someone in the podcast, and I actually did put the sound effect in because that's not copyright.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Oh, that makes sense. Fair. You know, someone's got copyright to the song "Happy Birthday." But they make so much money.
That can't be right.
Yeah, they just make money every day because it's always someone's birthday.
Wait, I probably owe them lots of money in royalties.
Awkward, isn't it?
Shit.
Well,
I'm not going to pay you royalties. No one should own Happy Birthday.
You've got enough money.
That's like owning Ringa Ringa Roses. No one should own like nursery rhymes and shit.
It's crazy, isn't it? I remember you used to say, this is a funny story, and you know what, because it's up, I'm bringing it up because this is hilarious.
Oh, I know what's coming.
So you know how you used to Mark used to constantly, whenever he had sex, he used to send me that.
I used to send you the link to the YouTube of that song. And it didn't help at the
time because you were in a relationship as well, so I was like, okay, he's just constantly having sex, this is great. But I lost my virginity, and I was like, great. Not only have I lost my virginity, I high-fived my penis because I was like, good job there, mate. We did good, I think. And I went, my time to shine. I can finally repay back all these bloody messages. So I went to send Mark, Lonely Islands, I just had sex. And I loaded up YouTube, and it was on full volume. And I didn't click off it in time. It just went, and it just had Akon going, well, you know, sometimes I just had this. And because I'd already, like, you know, when you click on the link, it plays a bit. It already plays a bit because of the amount of times you sent it me. It had already played up to the chorus. So when I played, it was like 40 seconds in, and it was just Akon going, I just had sex. And I clicked off it, and she went, really? And I went, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, there's a little story.
But no, I used to have the best time. Every time I had sex, I would send you a link to that video.
You haven't sent me
and then it turned out you were asexual.
You haven't sent me that in a while, is it?
Well, you're asexual now, so I can't gloat.
Has it gone dry?
No, it hasn't gotten dry. It's just, there's no point gloating about having sex to someone who's ace.
I think you need to post it on the... It's like the sex gong in Scrubs gong.
I'm not gonna... What's the point of sending something that was intended to make you jealous when you don't want to have sex with anybody?
You know what was very funny? This is another funny asexual story. So I had a girlfriend at the time who liked to have like sex quite a lot, and as for an asexual, it doesn't really work out that well.
Most people who aren't asexual like to have sex, Fraser.
No, this was a ridiculous amount.
Shame she's not a guy, really. I'd have gone with her.
But sounds really bad. I was discovering I was asexual, but I was trying to find ways of, like, you know, let's joke around rather than actually having sex. So whenever
that would never work.
So whenever I used to just put on, like, honestly, I would do the most cringeworthy. Like, I'd put on, like, Backstreet Boys. I'd put on Busted and McFly. Like, I had sex to McFly and Busted way too much, and I was like, this is embarrassing, but it's hilarious. I would, to keep myself entertained and, you know, give some enjoyment in this, I would thrust in, this is terrible to say on a podcast, to the beat. So, like, Year 3000 go, dun 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 dun, and I went. But, like, bearing in mind, just trying to, you know, keep the flow going, like making enjoying that experience for both.
Yes.
She picked up on this. But what I used to do was, because I thought, if it's annoying, like, every time you hear a sex gong, it'd be annoying. You'd be like, no, he's doing it all the time. So I used to play it every time we'd have it, just to keep track of it, and I'd just be like, she's not getting the message, she's not getting annoyed by it. I think she's actually liking it and wanting to hear it more.
It's because she wanted to have sex with you.
But now I know, kids would just go, right, I'm asexual, is this going to be a thing?
And it probably will be, unfortunately, mate.
So far it's not been, it's all good. But
you haven't got a girlfriend?
Yeah, exactly. It's not been an issue.
Let's talk about Drake and Josh rather than you not liking sex. Right in the Childhood is a podcast brought to you by the We Made This Podcast Network. You can follow the show on Twitter at RITCpod. The show's creators and hosts are Mark Adams and Fraser Summers. Follow us on Twitter at MarkAdamsHC and at SpiderPanTweets. The show's logo was created by Carl Bryan, and the theme tune composed and performed by Colin Jackson Brown. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed being hit.
Hello everyone, this is Tony, Network Chief of We Made This. As you know, our podcast network brings together a brilliant assortment of talent who talk about all kinds of pop culture content, such as the episode you just listened to. We're not going anywhere, but we'd love to keep the lights on for even longer if you're able to support our network on Patreon. For just £2 a month, you get your name in lights and the satisfaction of knowing you're helping us produce more great audio. And for £3 a month, you'll get your name in lights, but you'll also get access to an exclusive bi-monthly podcast from the We Made This talent pool on podcasting, pop culture, and, well, you tell us. We'll take your suggestions. For less than the price of a coffee per month, you can help keep We Made This going. Just head to patreon.com/We Made This. That's patreon.com facebook.com/We Made This and get the ball rolling.
Elsewhere on We Made This.
Read and buried.
I think that with this podcast, we get to explore all the different types of things that exist within crime. Yes. And the genre, the only rule being it has to be in a book. Yeah.
The literary equivalent of fast food, and I love fast food.
Well, there you go, exactly.
And yeah, it's kind of a crime within a crime and a book within a book.
A murder?
A murder.
Oh!
Shipwrecked and Comatose, a Red Dwarf podcast.
And I think what it actually does is simple, silly, short and on brand and fits Red Dwarf, but critically, because it is an advert, it's actually effective. I got the message that it is a better idea to use the app technology over a phone call to the AA, and that's surely the job done, right?
Yeah. I didn't think it was like roll on the floor funny, but I didn't think it was unfunny. I thought Chris Barry's performance he was ringing, it reminded me a lot of the old bank adverts you used to get where someone would be like, oh, you're with that new bank. Well, I'm with so-and-so bank and I can ring. I'm sure that there were adverts like Brian Laurie that used to do that back in the day, or Harry Enfield.
The Barclaycard adverts with Johnny English.
That's it.
Yeah. Yes.
Movie-versaries.
How old were you when you sort of came across Mulholland Drive? You've been pretty young, I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I watched it 2 days ago, but I haven't seen it since I was about 17 or 18. And I think the only reason I got onto that is because I was a little film snob, but also because of the band Rammstein.
Right, they had, was it the song Rammstein in Lost Highway?
The song Rammstein was in Lost Highway, correct? But they also did a music video for some song, I can't remember what it was. There was like a burning of a car, and I remember that I watched the making of, and they just kept talking about it being Lynchian. And I was like, what does that mean?
Check out all of these shows and more on the We Made This podcast network.